Okay, welcome back to the Two-Stroke Turbo channel, where we try to highlight and, immortalize little two-stroke cars. But every now and then we work on a real car, like a Subaru Outback. This belongs to a good customer of mine. And I like to do tips and tricks so that you can fix your own car and not have to pay the dealer and maybe learn something in the process. This channel is about learning. So this is a 2002 Outback wagon, very popular here in the United States and especially in the Northwest because they have all-wheel drive and they get good gas mileage. And you can see I've got the lights all tore apart on this thing. And you might be wondering why. Mark, what do you got going on here? Why is the lights all tore apart? So it rains a lot here in Oregon. And a lot of times these seals go bad for these lights and they fill up full of water and they short out the bulbs in various different ways. I mean, water is a conductor of electricity and it wreaks havoc. These Subarus have a complete plastic rear end, you can see, and we live in a very wet climate. So it happens. The sun bakes the seal, or the car gets old, sits outside, the seal leaks, fills up full of water, shorts out the taillights. I've fixed, I don't want to say hundreds, lots of Subarus that have had this problem. But this one, this car in particular, threw me for a loop. It actually had a check engine light on, Po703, which says it has a faulty brake light switch or the torque converter is out, or a torque converter clutch issue, which I was like, what the heck is that? But I noticed that when you'd step on the brakes or turn on the running lights, either one, if you stepped on the brakes, the front lights would come on, the front lights, the ones in the corner here. So you step on the brakes and these lights come on, which that's not normal. So I pulled the bulbs out thinking there's a cross short between the elements, the bright element and the running light element, or the stop light and the running light element. Pulled out all of them, couldn't find anything wrong with them. Put in all new bulbs, put in a new brake light switch, still scratching my head, still has the code. Still, every time you turn on the running lights, the brake lights come on, and vice versa. If the lights are not on, you step on the brakes, the running lights come, big mess. I figured it out though, and I'm going to show you. So these lights here are brake lights, reverse lights. So there's 4 brake lights on the back of a Subaru, actually 5. One in the corner, one in the tailgate, one in the tailgate, one in the corner, and you've got the LED, typically the thin light in the rear window. But what happens is, this is a hatchback, of course, it gets slammed and it gets water in it. And wouldn't you know it, this socket right here, if you look really close, look at those pins in that socket right there. Can you see that? They're touching. And if you look really close, if I pull this apart here, you can see what happened is it got water, it got hot, and it melted those two contacts together. So you've basically fused your brake light circuit and your running light circuit together. Now I'm going to show you the one on this side, which is not damaged. You can see there's lots of separation between them. A little bit of water in there. But this is the problem. I've been looking for this for, gosh, it's taken me a couple hours to figure this one out. I kept putting bulbs. Here we go, I'll show you. Popped out. If you look how that red wire is all burnt. See how hot that got? I don't know if you can see that or not. And it melted the contacts, they touched together. So unfortunately, this cost the customer a little bit of figuring that out, but I'm going to pop in a new socket. You can buy these, they're not exactly the same, but they're pretty close. Pico makes them, a couple different styles here. Pop in a new socket, pop in a new bulb, get the person on their way, especially if they have a weird code like a Po703. Never seen that before. It's a brand new one on me. So check all the elements, every bulb. You've got to check to make sure the high, I guess the bright element and the low element aren't touching. Sometimes I've seen that happen too, or if they get water in them, they'll touch. So this one threw me for a loop, and I'm a pretty seasoned, experienced guy. I've been doing this for a long time, almost 40 years. It's the first time I've seen that. I've seen a lot of other things, but Usually it's water. Usually these things fill up full of water. In fact, this one, you can tell, has got moisture in it. I'll probably drill a hole and let the water out. And you can see the water dripping out right now. It's coming out of there. And I just assumed that it would be this one that was full of water and shorted out the high element and the low element. But that is not the case. But anyhow, I'm happy to say I found it. I think I fixed it. I'm going to replace that socket, and she'll be on her way, enjoying the day. And no more check engine light. The check engine light comes on and the traction control light comes on. So it's alarming. Both those come on together, and I think even the ABS light comes on. So I'm going to clear those codes and fix this old girl up and send her on her way. These are good old cars. All right, that's your tip and trick for the day. Outback lights wiring. The wiring on these cars is great. That's never usually a problem. It's always usually something to do with the bulb. In this case, it was a socket, which is unusual. All right, thanks for watching.